an easy skill to learn. I've been practicing it for many years.
NInjaNation, I fucking love you!
Well, there's a story about a man named Lee who was lying to the zombie community. And we're going to talk about it today. What is up, everybody? It's your favorite ninja, Sets BK1 from NInjaNation Gaming. And boy, do we got a story to talk about. I'm liking these little podcasts. I get to go have fun. We're going to be talking about all the crazy shit that went on. And we're going to get started right away, okay? In the chat, I got my boy Dex. We got Lexie, who is a marketing expert, okay? Let's just put it like that. That's our marketing expert right here. We're going to be talking to her. And we got Daily Gamer Nick in the building. We are going to be talking about all the crazy shit that's going on with Ghosts and Skulls. As you guys know, my buddy Dextzer, we all have been tweeting at Lee Ross about Ghosts and Skulls. And we really don't think it's there. Our belief is that this is a marketing strategy to keep people playing the game that's failing because they need people to play the game in order to sell the next DLC. So let's give you an Easter egg that you can't find until Xbox comes out. Now, we have a problem with that because a lot of people are wasting time hunting at this. And Dex tweeted at him, a little unprofessional, but he got Lee triggered the other day. And we talked about that in the previous podcast. So he got triggered, and this all happened like within, right? Cause and reaction. So there was a cause and an action taken. Dex tweeted, Lee tweeted out, he said he wasn't given information. He feels the pressure of all of us saying that it's not in there. We're calling your bluff. It's not in there. We all looked. There's tons of evidence not being found. And even Queen just put out a video. Glitching Queen just put out a video saying it could have not been there. There's new evidence all over right now. And I'll get to that in a second. But Dex tweeted at him. Now all of a sudden, we got a 2 gig update claiming that there were some patches being made and all this other stuff going on. And right after that, now, all of a sudden, after 1 day of us calling them out for their marketing strategy and trying to get people to play the game, there's evidence of skulls being found. And there's progress being made. So what was in that update? How did Dex and the rest of the community piss you guys off so much to put the update out? If you were going to hold it for Xbox, then hold it. But this just proves it. This proves it right here, like cause and reaction. And I want you guys to see that right now. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to go into the chat right now with Dex. We got Lexie and Daily Gamer Nick. Let me go see what's up with them. And we're going to get this started. Hello. Can you hear me? Are we Gucci?
Yeah. Yep. Yo, what's up?
Dex is in the building. We got Lexie in the building.
Hi.
And we got Daily Gamer Nick in the building. Let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about all the crazy shit that's going on. We got more talking points. First things first. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts right now on this whole subject about them adding, all of a sudden, skulls being found after all this commotion being made?
I think it's absolute bullshit that they didn't come out and tell us from the beginning, but obviously then again, that wouldn't be good for marketing. But I believe that they should have been a little bit more honest with us. And like Lexie was saying before we actually even hopped in here, they should have told us from the beginning that it wasn't, or that some stuff in the DLC wasn't available yet, and that it would
Until
be available
Xbox.
when everybody gets the game. Yes.
One
Okay.
tweet would have shut it down. We're releasing DLC 1. Not all content is accessible to everyone until everyone can play it. That's simple.
And Lexie, you said you had like a marketing background and you know PR
Yeah.
and marketing, right?
Yeah, so I have a degree in public relations and marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would make sense, right? From a marketing standpoint, at least, if a game is failing and nobody's playing it, the sales, obviously, it's very public that the sales aren't doing good, people don't enjoy the game, and that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion. But from a marketing standpoint, to keep the game going, wouldn't this make sense to just lead us on and not say anything just to keep
So
people playing the game?
there's two parts to that. So from the beginning, I think it would have made sense to them as, I mean, developers, you would want to release something that's completely fresh and new. So by releasing it to PS4 and everyone thinking there's all new Easter eggs, there's a whole new Ghost and Skulls, like there's loads of stuff to find. You get everybody interested. But the
Yeah.
problem with that is I don't think that they anticipated the main Easter egg to be solved as quickly as it was.
Yeah.
So when it was, everyone's now looking for Ghost and Skulls 2, and there was obviously no Ghost and Skulls 2 to be found. So now it's in essence backfired on them because people aren't stupid and have figured that out.
I feel like the tweets that Dex put out really hit a nerve, like we were talking about before. That Lee wasn't ready for all this pressure, and he's been very open. He's been hinting. He's always been hinting since day one. He's been very public and pushing the community to play their game. Now he take a step back and he doesn't want to say nothing. He doesn't want to give no hints out. We don't even ask for a hint. We want a yes or a no answer. Just plain and simple. Does Ghost and Skulls work right now? And that was 2 days ago. All of a sudden, skulls are popping up. All this pressure is being felt. Like, he wasn't ready for all that.
Well, that's the problem with
update.
Yeah, that's the problem with being so open from the beginning. He was so open during Space and so vocal on Twitter, replying to people's messages all the time on Twitter,
What up,
always
Ninja?
responding to questions. Like he wouldn't tell you any hints or anything like that, but he was always responding, and it was normally good. But
Yeah.
now that there's backlash and people are pissed, he doesn't know how to handle that. So I mean, you can obviously tell. Like I mean, I personally think the things that he was replying to Dexter were just as bad as what Dexter was saying. Like, I don't think, I think like saying like, oh no, like mic drop. That was like, I mean, that's so sarcastic that you're talking to a consumer and a member of the community. He did not have to respond like that. He didn't have to respond at
He
all.
wasn't. He was a little unprofessional, and like I said on Reddit too, I defended all the crazy people that hopped on the train to hate Dex right now because it's the trending thing to do. He spoke up. He didn't say, even I wasn't going to put that much pressure on him because I know how to be a little bit professional. I guess us taking a step back doesn't make them give us the answers. He's learning. All of a sudden, he got him triggered. And that's what we needed. It was on. Y'all should be thanking Dex instead of hating on him because now we're getting results. All of a sudden, he feels the pressure. All of a sudden, now we have evidence. Like, there's pictures, there's links in the description if you guys want to see all the evidence to Ghost and Skulls now, 24 hours after that happening, it being in the game. Like, it's ridiculous. And you basically showed your cards right there. They all laid it out on the table. So,
And it's that part's also ridiculous from a public relations standpoint. Like, it's so obvious now that that's what they were doing. They were holding back content for Xbox and PC. You can't get any more obvious than when you're called out for it, then you release all of the content now. If that wasn't the case, they should have, I mean, even if it was the case, the smart thing to do would have been to hold it back until Xbox and PC were released, because then at least it was obvious. Now all they've done is pissed off a certain member, that, like, not even member, but a whole side of the community who were hunting and who were putting all this effort in, to then be completely shut down by the fact that now, after you just get called out, you're going to now release it. It just makes it obvious. And now, I mean, I'm like I said before, I'm not a hardcore gamer. Like, I do play the game a lot. And I pay attention to what's going on in the community, mostly because I'm nosy, but I can tell why you would be so pissed off at that. And I think it's justified.
well, we have a lot to talk about. What do you think about them being low on time for development? And that being the case, like, they're still playing catch up. We just recently got the emblem editor. We just got the leaderboards. They still didn't raise the levels, which was one of the promises they made for DLC 1. They didn't raise the levels. Everybody that's actually giving the game a chance, you're still disappointing. Never mind the fact that half of the community or majority of the community don't want to play the game. the people who are playing the game are being disappointed and lied to. At the same time, it just doesn't look good for the future of their game. How do you think DLC 2 is going to come out? And do you think we would see a repeat process of this Ghost and Skulls hunt? They're just going to lead people on? Because I still think the Yeti Eye 2 doesn't exist.
I was just gonna say that. I think when DLC 2 comes out, I think they're gonna wait to play out and see how this whole thing plays out in the next month. But if it plays out poorly for them, dude, I bet you they drop everything, because I don't think they want that heat. Like, if they do it again, man, I probably won't play IW Zombies anymore. Even though I like it, man, I honestly like.
And you don't even play Black Ops 3, right, Nick?
No, I don't. But I will.
You're like a
switch
Black
over
Ops
and
3
just play
noob,
that.
and
I am a noob.
Zombies is Spaceland for you, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So he's a hardcore Infinite Warfare fan, and he's being disappointed.
I will, if they lie to us again. Okay, so it's not the fact. Like, if it wasn't in there and they told us from the beginning, hey, we're waiting till Xbox release, I would have been buffed. But I wouldn't have been pissed, because I spent days and days worth of hours looking for this thing with Dexter. And the fact that we didn't find anything, and then all of a sudden Dexter goes out, says this stuff, and people are finding stuff, that kind of irks me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like that's irritating, because it's not something that. Like I said, if they would have just been honest with it, it wouldn't have irked me, because we could have been doing, challenges, and we could have been doing other things with zombies, and we would have been having fun with it, instead of getting frustrated for hunting for 8 hours a day and not finding anything.
Yeah, being on this
You're right.
wild goose chase for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Another thing leading on to the whole low on time thing was the fact that Jason Blundell and the Treyarch crew was brought in to help with Raven the Redwoods, which is also one of the other reasons that it is favored upon. And the whole thing about that is Ghost and Skulls 2 would have most likely been the final Easter egg to be put within the game, besides maybe even the musical Easter egg. But the musical Easter egg was something that was small and easy, and they literally copied and pasted the main Easter egg. It was 3 items, 3 settings, boss fight. That's all there was to the main Easter egg. So Ghost and Skulls would have been something that maybe they were working on developing it a little bit better and making it a little bit more difficult.
He said he wanted to make it more difficult, but how difficult did you really think he was going to make it for the first step to take 3 weeks? And now all of a sudden people are getting this in a glitch, and then other people are just getting skulls, and it's different people. It's all different people now. It's not just one person trying to increase the hype. This is real. And all of a sudden what?
I think that's exactly the whole point, that he basically did the exact same, they did the exact same thing for this Easter egg as they did for the main Easter egg in Spaceland. They're so similar. So why would Ghost and Skulls be this hard to find when you go into spawn in Spaceland, the first thing you can do is punch those balloons and you hear the noise on your pad?
Exactly.
It should be the exact same thing for Rave, but it's not, because it's obviously it wasn't there.
Guys in the chat, it is public knowledge that Treyarch developers were called in to help finish the development of Raven the Redwoods. And that's maybe the reason why 90% of people who, like me, were hating on the game at first, but now all of a sudden I'm getting some type of enjoyment out of it. It feels like zombies to me. And maybe that's why. Maybe they came in and had to show them how it's done. Because I don't know if whatever the developers were working on, we know Ghost and Skulls was the last Easter egg put in. Could it be working? The game has so many bugs. A developer was just hitting me up on Twitter saying bugs happen all the time. The game has so many bugs, and they don't even have certain features worked out in the general game. Never mind the DLCs. It's not gonna work that way.
I think they could have fixed that with the first update if it was a bug that was stopping Ghost and Skulls working.
Yeah,
I'm not a
like
developer,
they would have
but
fixed it.
yeah,
I feel like
it
they
would
would
have
have fixed
resolved.
the first update if it wasn't intentional. It would have been fixed on the first update.
Especially since the Easter egg was solved as fast as it was, the main Easter egg. They would have made sure Ghost and Skulls was working, because they know from the history of zombies that the second that the main Easter egg is found, people are looking for other things.
Yeah, exactly. So they
and
had
we
to
know
put
Ghost
something
and
in
Skulls
to keep
2 is
our
there.
interest.
Yeah, I mean, Ghost and Skulls 2 is obviously there because, like he says, the cabinet is there, so people know it's there. So you're gonna look for it as soon as you've done the main Easter egg. That's what everyone was gonna do. They know that. They would have fixed it if it was. I mean, that's my opinion.
They didn't expect people to complete. They figured out the Easter egg in 3 hours, and then they completed the boss battle in 6 hours. They didn't expect that. They completely copied and pasted. They don't have time. The time thing is very crucial. At this point, Treyarch was on like what DLC 3 they were making, and they had DLC 1 and 2 already made, worked out, fixed, and they were already ahead of the process. They're right now recording DLC 2 voiceovers and stuff like that. Like, I know that's the last type of stuff you would put in the game, but still, you shouldn't be. How much do we know that they tested the new map? What other bugs are they gonna have in that? And are they gonna do the same exact thing? They're trying to keep people playing the game. Stop focusing on that and just try to deliver a quality game. Something that we would enjoy playing. Listen to the community. Because even though we know you lied, I'm still going to give it a chance. I like the game. Maybe it's because of Treyarch, maybe not. But I like the game now. Let's see where it goes. I've always been a fan of zombies, and I don't want to stay out of the loop. But this new zombie thing it's a roller coaster of emotion. You welcome us in, you give us information, then you stop. You're like, no. It's like push and pull. I just hit my mic. It's like push and pull.
So, I think the main point is time. That's the whole big deal. If the main Easter egg hadn't have been solved as quickly as it was, the community would have spent a lot more time trying to find it if it was more difficult, and that would have pushed back Ghost in Skulls 2.
Yeah,
which
they expected
if
us.
You work
time.
it out. Yeah, so say if it took maybe a week for the main Easter egg to be found, if you put that in with the amount of time it's taken for finally the community to reach boiling point, well, some of the community, to get so pissed off that they're then tweeting Lee Ross like, okay, can you just be serious with us? If you really like look at that probably would have pushed it back to right before the DLC is released for PC and Xbox users.
Yeah.
So then it would have technically meant that by the time Ghost in Skulls 2 was released, you would have eventually had it. But now what they've done is they've released it a week early.
Just to satisfy the community because they know we called them out.
Which is in essence going to piss everyone off even more because now you know.
Yeah, now we know they're hiding things. So the next DLC, when I finish the Easter egg, guess what? I'm going straight to Black Ops 3, going to GTA, I'm going to something that I enjoy playing, and I'm going to wait for Xbox because I expect the same thing. And maybe because I'm saying this, maybe they'll release everything and I'll miss out. But I'm not taking that chance. They won't do this again. I'm not taking the chance of spending 3 weeks not really eating. I forgot to eat. Like tons of times when we're sitting here hunting nonstop, notes after notes after notes, figuring stuff out, our brains got fried.
But the difference is, the difference is next time when you go to do it, it will be there.
Yeah, and they're gonna play this. Oh, now that you called us out, we're gonna give it to you, and you're gonna think it's not there. And then when you think it's there, we're not gonna put it there. Like that's the whole game they're playing.
You won't spend 3 weeks again trying to do it because it's going to be there and it's going to be, I mean, the only thing that would make sense is if they make everything so much more difficult so that it isn't resolved in such a quick amount of time. So, I mean, you won't spend 3 weeks, but you might spend 3 days figuring it out.
But then again, the thing about that is they're already low on time. So that definitely would be for DLC too, because they can't be adding an entire Easter egg now, being we're less than a month and a half from the next DLC, most likely. Or about I should probably say about 2 months from the next DLC, unless they were to just literally take an Easter egg and throw it together real quick. I don't think that they're going to be changing anything for the next map besides obviously audio cues and stuff like that right now.
Yeah, I don't think they would make anything. I don't think they would add anything, but they could make it more difficult. Like I know one of the updates that they just released in this one, they just released the 2 gig update, was that the gas grenades don't work on the slasher anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so like they could do things like that.
Don't work either. I think that was a masking I think
Dude.
that's, you know what? There's a few easy things in here, so let's
I guess,
act like we're
Yeah.
fixing those and really adding Ghost and Skulls.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And drop a
That's
2
not
gigabyte
2
update.
gigs worth of updates because there's only 3 things listed on the zombies update.
Yeah.
It's like and some glitches. It's not even specific. It says the gas grenades don't work, the repulsors don't work on the slasher no more, or the super slasher, and then we fix some bugs.
Various bug fixes. Yep.
Or
Various
So, do they
bug
know-
fixes.
Do they know
One-
if the
one-
God mode still?
AKA
Have they
meaning
patched that?
Ghost and Skulls.
No, have they patched how you can get the
The God mode? No,
repulsor?
they don't. In every update, they haven't patched the real things that are causing players to just sit there and abuse the leaderboards, abuse this, abuse that, and just...
But then they blame the players.
Yeah, they blame the players, but we've
Yeah.
all known about that. Should I start making glitch videos and tagging Treyarch and tagging you guys so you guys can know what's up? Because
Yeah.
I'll call you out on everything. I'll make everything public knowledge. I don't like to put glitches and stuff on my channel because I don't like glitches at all. I think it's unfair to the community. And this is coming from somebody in Black Ops 2. I used to use glitches, but it made me play like shit. So
Exactly.
I
So that's the
stopped.
other
I
problem,
started
like, because-
training, and I knew what I was doing by then.
Yeah, that's the other problem. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm not a hardcore gamer. I don't spend all my time on this, but when I do play, it used to piss me off so much when you're actually playing a game and you're with people that you don't know and they're just glitching the entire time. It
Yeah,
just
it's
takes
like,
the whole.
so you leaving me with all the
Yeah.
work.
It just takes all the fun out of it. Not even all the hard work, but it's just like you're meant to work as a team. That's the whole point in the game.
Exactly.
And it's not possible because of these glitches I mean, how long did it take them to fix the one with the trash can where you just jump behind it? Like,
Yeah,
It
exactly.
took them like
Should've been
two weeks,
instantly.
2.5 weeks.
yeah, that should have been fixed instantly. And
Yeah.
that should
That
have
should
even
have been day
found.
2. Day 2 should have been just a small update. I mean, that shouldn't
Yeah.
have even
I
been in the game.
remember when
That's-
Treyarch had like certain really abusive things in their game patched right away. The next
Immediately.
day, like they had like a team of NASA scientists come in, fix the patch, and that's it. And we all know this to be true. It was all public knowledge that they came right away to fix whatever they were going wrong because they didn't want people to take advantage of it or abuse it or make it feel unfair to other players. They're more worried about us and their marketing standpoint and how their game is doing. Their main focus is money. How can we get our supply drops bought? How can we sell more season passes? How can we get the DLCs actually liked? So they bring in some Treyarch people. They add some cool emblems, well, now they included emblems, but calling cards, this and that, all this other glitter to cover up a shitty game. Everybody
How
likes
long-
achievements.
How long did it take? Like, how often did Treyarch release a new DLC?
2-3 months. Every 2
Okay,
or 3
so it was
months.
the same. Okay.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
I wasn't
actually
sure.
making me believe that Treyarch will strongly, and I'm saying this very lightly, they will come back with a DLC 5 after all this fiasco is over. When Infinity Ward releases DLC 4 and their final, or whatever final seals the deal with Infinity Ward, I think Treyarch will come back just to say, hey, have you missed us? Because that would be the most smartest thing to do from a marketing standpoint in my eyes.
With like the same storyline and the same
With
characters,
just a
but their
little-
own version.
Yeah. Well, not
Just
in
some
their
remade maps.
storyline, not as Infinity Ward, but like a DLC 5, like, hey, here's an alternate ending, like, you know, here's
Yeah.
something.
Toss us an
Throw us a
Origins.
bone
Yeah.
or something. And I think that would
Yeah.
be insane, and they would make tons of money. They set world
I think the
records
people
this
that-
year on selling DLC content. What were you gonna say?
I think the people that have played it for a really long time would appreciate that more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that
And
would
Treyarch
be something
definitely
that the
knows how to
community
take
would.
care of their community. 100%.
Yeah, that would be a smart move on their part. Whereas some of the moves that Infinite Warfare has been doing isn't smart. Infinite Ward, whatever it's called. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not a
Yeah.
gamer.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something you can't take this out on Lee either because he's not obligated. Like he's obligated to not say.
No, I
things,
was
you know,
gonna
like,
say
there's
that
certain
too.
things
If you guys are just
There's
joining
certain-
us, we're not really mad that Lee lied. That's his job. I'm mad at the collective decision of the company to say, hey, let's send them on a wild goose chase and see if the game does better. Let's see if veteran players from the other communities want to come in and see if they can give the thing a crack, and we can get more players involved.
Lee Ross is just the middleman, guys.
Yeah, he's
just the middleman.
But he is the public. He, like, if you connect the dots from his Twitter feeds compared to Spaceland and Rave, there's been a lot of things they're playing catch up on, and he's not open with everything. He was giving hints. He was encouraging people to play in Spaceland. He was like, hey, well, check out the Yeti thing. Hey, look at the roller coaster. Look at this. Hey,
That's
boom.
yeah. That's what that comes to my part with. I don't know if I mentioned it while we were live or beforehand. That's what I think when it comes to, he was so vocal before. There's obviously a reason why he's been so silent now, because they're holding back certain things.
And he made that statement saying he's not going to give information. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do that.
Because there's no information to give. Well, there wasn't at the time.
There wasn't at the time. He had to go and make a phone call and say, yo, listen, they're putting pressure on me. This Twitter shit is, I should have never made one of these things. And he's just, can I do this? Can we update it really quick? Shut them up? Give them some type of evidence?
At the same time, though, he doesn't have to use that. He doesn't have to be on Twitter. That's his choice. He didn't have to respond to Dextzer. That was his choice. So at the same time, it's not his fault. And I mean, he's not the sole creator of the game either, so it's not down to him. But he has chosen to be the voice of this game.
I think that's a really cool thing on his part, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's 100%. It's
really cool.
It's definitely appreciated. 100%.
I really do like that. It's just hard.
But when somebody doesn't ask you for information, we're just asking you for a clear answer. Yes or no? Does it work?
I mean,
is it buggy? Is there something, maybe you should check on it, maybe then.
If he can't say no, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's something he can't say, he couldn't.
If he can't say it due to a confidentiality agreement between him and Infinity Ward and whatever they got, that's fine.
But that's where they should have been honest from the beginning.
Just say no comment instead of, is the cabinet there?
Exactly, yeah.
The fucking cabinet's there. Does it work?
Yes,
did you plug the machine in? Man. Did you
or before you release the game, let people know there's certain content that won't be released until everyone can play.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sure I've seen games do that before.
Yeah,
Xbox,
like certain contents for PS4.
That would have been totally fine. Like I said, we could have been doing other things for that 150 hours, 120, 100 hours that we each put in searching for this. Like that could have been games we were, other games played or like build up. It's just stuff I would have been doing other time with. Like I would have went grocery shopping. I haven't been grocery shopping since the game dropped. I think I went grocery shopping one time since this game dropped. I've ordered food out.
I haven't seen daylight
the last 2 weeks. Every single day the last 2 weeks.
Coffee, energy drinks, and hunting. I got my freaking yellow vest on. Damn. We hunting.
Let's just say, based on my current location, it takes like my actual current location. My 2 recommended apps are Twitter and Reddit. Literally, Twitter and Reddit. Those are my recommended apps sitting right here. And
so
Twitter because
nobody really needs to take any more shots at Dex. Can we make that clear? All right, Reddit, Twitter, leave Dex alone. Because honestly, do you feel like we would have a skull today if Dex didn't do that? I want your honest opinion.
I think no.
You think no, right? Because I don't.
No,
think so.
Because public.
No way there would have been anything. Nothing.
The community's pressure is what happens, and he was honest and just said what he thought, and they didn't like that.
Yeah,
they didn't like it because
and how he went about it, but it seemed to get results.
And I did make a public apology about that too.
Yes,
and it's on my Twitter. It's my pinned tweet, actually.
The thing is, though, if you weren't as, I wouldn't call it aggressive, but that's the only word I can think of at the moment. If you weren't as aggressive with that tweet those tweets as you were, you wouldn't have got a response.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's only one way to get a response. So what you did, some people may not agree with, but like I said, I think it was justified.
At the same time, people have to really look at these tweets too, because look at his responses. Before Dex got at him, there was another guy that we had on the podcast yesterday, Colossal Waffle. He was Dustin on Twitter, and he triggered Lee. you can tell he got upset because Lee had like 7 responses to Dustin, and Dustin said publicly, he said, I was trying to troll Lee and like get some information and make him mad, and it kind of worked because it
You've
built
seen
the
it in
pressure
previous
up,
tweets.
and then Dex came in and then blew the top off. So both of them really put a lot of pressure on him into, hey, listen, the community's here. We want answers. Is this what
The thing
up?
is, you need to take Lee's responses with a grain of salt. He responded to someone a few days ago about his hair.
Yeah.
So you can't, yeah, he was replying, but I think the community takes what he says a lot more seriously than what he does. So I think when, I don't agree with the way he was tweeting, but at the same time, everyone getting on Dexter for saying what he thinks and trying to defend Lee, like he's a grown man. He can decide if he responds or not. He knew when he responded that people were gonna get at Dexter. I don't think that he did it on purpose by any means. Of course, I mean he was just responding, but he knows people are gonna talk. He knows what's gonna happen. Every time he tweets, people talk about it. Glitch and Queen puts a YouTube video almost every time he tweets about something.
Yep.
So I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's not. He has people behind him who are
She is
advising
the only
him
one
and telling him.
out of the YouTubers who are doing this.
Yep.
The rest of them, they're not doing it. No Noah J, no waffle.
And there's a reason.
It's all the little dudes. It's all.
Yep. There's reasoning behind that.
Yeah.
And people can come to their own conclusion about that.
Codename Pizza is going to be the public figure for this game. All right.
It makes me
Him
wonder.
and Dalek are Jay and Silent Bob. They're my buddies. They're cool. So him, they're going to be the public faces amongst the bigger scale. Queen's always hunting and searching Easter eggs. She's going to be the outsider, because they don't like glitches and stuff like that. But she puts in work. A lot of people like to give her information, and she publicizes it all. Like glitches, everything for the information and for the community. So she does us a great service. But,
as a consumer, her videos I find very entertaining.
Yeah. She's always on to
I like her
something,
videos.
Sometimes it's a little far-fetched, but with this game, you can't rule out anything. If I see a glowing rock, I'm going to think it's an Easter egg. Yeah, it's a fucking rock, but it has a glow to it. It looks a little weird. It's shaped like in a heart.
But that's what happens when you don't get a alert like you did in Spaceland when you find something. You're pulling at straws because there's nothing there.
Exactly.
So you're gonna look at you're gonna look at a rock. You're gonna look at the birds circling in the sky. You're gonna look at the tires on a van. Like you're gonna look at anything because that's all you have. You don't have anything because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So you're going crazy, which is why you guys have been up 3 weeks doing nothing else but this because you're trying to find something, trying to be the first people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is legitimately something
we don't care who's first. To be quite honest, we don't care.
No,
but
you're
first.
putting in the work.
You're entice the hunt. I really love to hunt, and we can provide that information and be some of the people to provide that information. That'd be great. First skull or fifth skull, it doesn't matter. We just want to get this done with, play the game, and go back to what we were doing.
You're doing something towards the community. You're putting something into it. I mean, if half of the people who weren't hunting, who are hunting weren't hunting, they would have no community.
No.
That's what they want.
Pumping up this game like it's the best thing in the world. Who stopped playing, stopped hunting, knows that the community gave up, and they're just like, screw it. But it's a groundbreaking game. But I look on their channels and all I see is freaking Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare. No videos since the release and the Easter egg was beat. Plain and simple.
But now, at the same time, do they now feel the way that you guys feel?
They said they gave up hunting. They said they gave up.
Oh, so they did try to hunt?
They hunted for like a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A little bit. They were waiting for it.
They gave it a good old shot. But eventually they just said, screw it. I've gotten messages from people telling us, when I met Dex and them, there was this kid who gave us a picture of 3 skulls. And we were like, whoa, how'd you get 3 skulls? He's like, I don't know, let's hunt. Long story short, whatever, he heard about that. And we were like, he was pressuring me for information, and I was like, I don't know how we got it. We're gonna hunt it, and once I get the steps, I'll let you know. Oh, bro, why do you care about being first? We don't care about being first. So they literally told us that, all right, screw it. As soon as it's made public, we gonna take the video, not give credit, and make that money, boy. Quoted from that DM. And I was like, wow. So people don't really want to hunt, but they're interested in stealing the info and just making money off of it and being greedy. And like, I don't respect that. There's a lot of people.
And that's the issue that you have now.
Crazy.
Yeah, now that it's, I mean, YouTube and everything's monetized and everyone's getting, I mean, everyone wants the
What money are you
attention
gonna make off of that type of video if you're not one of the
But
big
people
guys?
think you can. That's what they
Do
think.
people really think we make money? Even though I'm a larger channel, like than the regular channels, like we don't make money. We're not PewDiePie. We're not freaking H3. We're not, bro. I the last YouTube thing I got was like $100. What up, Ninja? Let me go buy a mansion with that. It's a nice little pocket change here, you know. It'll last me a day in the city, but it's not that much money. We don't make money.
Yeah, but
like
it's the
that.
first. It's not even just money. It's the first mentality. People want to be the first one to do it. People want to get the recognition.
I don't
even
want the
though
money.
it's not
I
even
don't want the
them.
recognition. I just want to have fun, entertain, make people laugh, positive vibes, you know, inspire, whatever
That's what
goodness
it
I
should be.
can do.
Yeah.
I like doing this shit. People like
Yeah.
me. I like entertaining. You know, I'm a funny dude sometimes. I'm a savage sometimes. Just deal with it. Everybody is allowed to put out their own content, and that's what makes people different. I think that. But long story short, I have a big thanks to give to Daily Gamer Nick and Dexter, and also you, Lexie, for coming in and chatting with me and just really sorting through these details, because we have to make a clear picture for the community. It has to be clear to us. And Infinity Ward, if you take anything from this, we're upset, but you got chances with us. Of course we're gonna play the damn zombie game, man. You think I'm not gonna download the DLC? We already got the season pass. Everybody's gonna play.
Yeah. I just
be
want to say
honest
I
with
have
us.
no bias. I love the game, and I'll keep playing it no matter what. Like I think it's a really good game. So
Yeah. So
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, just be honest with us. Change the way you go about this whole thinking about money. If you don't think about money, because that's really what it is. If you do it because you like it and you want to provide a quality product, the money will come. That's always a result. But do it because you enjoy it.
Just communicate honestly.
Yeah,
Don't just communicate
honestly with us. Let us
Yeah.
know, hey, listen, I know we're trying. We heard the feedback, because we've made statements like that about Spaceland. You heard the feedback and we're listening. Really do that, though. Because half the people don't really want to hear it's there. It's cryptic, you know? Pick one thing. You're going to be cryptic the whole time? Fine, don't give us hints.
or
Don't give
make
us
your Easter eggs
hints on
harder.
wild goose hunts either.
Yeah,
Make your
the
main Easter egg
emojis.
harder.
Main Easter egg harder, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do challenges on this map. We're going to do the same thing we did on Black Ops. And it's going to be great. I enjoyed it. I was a hater at first. And you turned me into a believer. But we're going to support the game no matter what, if this doesn't continue. If I go on a wild goose chase for freaking Ghost and Skulls 3, man, I swear to God, I'm showing up to somebody's office. I swear to God.
No more.
Exactly.
Seriously, dude. All the hours, I won't do that again. If it
I'm going to
happens
sit
to me a
down in your
second time
conference
where
room.
they
I'm going
don't
to
tell
talk
me,
to your entire staff. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. And
Game
it
will
doesn't
be
matter.
over.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I like being blunt and letting my opinion, the truth, be known. If you be very honest with people, sometimes it'll get you in trouble. But you got to be honest. If I'm not honest, I'm not me.
I think that
Like
what
I
we need
said-
to do now, honestly, is take a tweet, just like a normal professional tweet it at Lee Ross, make sure everybody goes, likes, and retweets that tweet, and let's get answers. 100% yes or no. No playing games.
No. We don't need answers. We already know. Whether they want to tell that to us or not, that's their business. That could be career suicide for some people. From a public relations standpoint, we won't put that pressure on them no more.
Okay.
You know, let's just let them know we're onto them. We know. Swiper, no swiping. Okay? Don't play games with our emotions. And don't lie to us.
Yeah,
So
like
really,
I said, man,
if you want to be honest about the next DLC, say some features will be added in Xbox.
yes.
Some new
Because-
content will be added. We will be fair to both console communities. Make a statement
Which
like that.
no
or
one will
something.
have a problem with.
And no one will have a problem with it. We're like,
No.
all right, cool. We're gonna
Like,
stop
it's a
hunting.
little bit of a bummer, but
The time we spend hunting during waiting for the Xbox release, we could have done challenges on the map. I could have streamed and helped my subscribers with the map. I could have done tons of other things and still played this game. The hunt is not the only thing that's gonna keep us here. You know, I want to go and do like no perk challenges and other things like that, and there's tons of stuff to do. But we wasted so much time hunting for a ghost and no skull.
People would get it though. Just like, I mean, I have a PS4, so it doesn't bother me, but I did think that would be shit if you had an Xbox that you have to wait all that time. Like
Yeah.
for people, like for kids who they got their Xbox for Christmas and they're waiting for the new DLC to come out and they don't have it. Like I did think that shit. So if they can do that where they release some content beforehand and then release more after that, then that makes it more fun for them. But they've just got to be honest about it. Like don't hold it back, because then you do piss off the community, and in the end that is bad marketing for the rest of the DLCs. People aren't going to be as interested if you mess them around.
Yeah. From a legal
that's-
standpoint, well, like I know that they have a contract with PS4 or Sony to release to them early. Does that include all content? Like
You wouldn't know that without looking at their contract.
Yeah, but would this be legal from a standpoint for them to withhold content from the console that they have a contract with to release first?
Well, it's obviously legal, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't have now released it after some pressure.
yeah, they wouldn't have. Yeah, they would have.
Okay.
They were obviously doing it from a marketing standpoint to maybe not even marketing, because they weren't telling people. They were obviously waiting.
Yeah, it was a scheme. It was like a plot to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't
what's
say it
going
was
on,
marketing.
and let's see how long we can hold them in there.
Yeah, it's like it's like basically just trying to keep people playing the game continuously. That was the whole point, to not have a point where people defeat everything, figure it all out, understand everything, solve all the Easter eggs, and then don't play it anymore. So clearly they were trying to keep the community interested, which they have done, because you're still talking about Raven the Redwoods 3 weeks later.
How
But
many people would you say play? Do you think play this game on a regular basis out of people? Like, how many people do you think consistently play zombies?
I asked yesterday, and I asked in the poll on Twitter about all this stuff, and only 25% of people said they still play this.
and the problem is those 25% are people that follow you. So those are people already invested in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on top of that, right? So you think about that. After we did the podcast and Lee did his little thing, do you think that it dropped? Do you think the percentage of people who played this game dropped after all of that?
I put a poll out after that, and I asked people if they think it's broken, not active, going to be solved after Xbox release, or it works perfectly fine. And 25% said perfectly fine. Same result. So
I don't know.
they still think. I feel like this is still a glitch. By the way, this is still a glitch. Let's be perfectly clear with that. People are only seeing results because they're going into a split screen game, and we all know what happened on Revelations when you went into a 3-player game and you had 3 controllers and you just played on one, and they were finding the gate worms, and a lot of stuff was found because of glitches in local games that don't really work the same way when you play online. So all these skulls are being found because they're playing split screen, 2 players. You saw the picture of the ghost and skulls glitched out and not working in one of them. You see the guy in Afterlife with the skull under soul power, and it's like there's still glitches. So this could be just hey, here's some little proof to throw you off our trail.
So they might not have released it, is what you're saying.
They might not. This is just to hold us over another what? We got 6-7 days, a week
So what I would say is the day that it's, well, I mean, is it the 2nd of March it's being released for
2nd of
PC and
March, yeah.
Xbox?
Yes.
Okay. So I would say really pay attention if you figure out the steps from then. I mean, it's so obvious
Oh
what
yeah,
they've
we got everything logged. I'm not even trying until Xbox. I don't believe you. You need more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You know, that's
No,
what
I
I'm gonna tell
agree.
them. I don't
Yeah.
believe it that it's there because all of a sudden now I wake up today and the hype is real. Everybody's like on Reddit and on Twitter and posting this and posting that, and I'm like, even I got a little excited and I said, whoa, don't be stupid.
Well, they're game developers. They could only release the first step if they want to hold people over.
Exactly.
They
I know
could,
how code works. You can put a
yeah.
little period and then boom, you can
They
go
can
that
do whatever
far.
they want.
They
Yeah,
can
they
do
can.
whatever you want, and then
Yeah.
you can give it to us little by little. This
Yeah.
is now a glitch. This is to throw people off, and this
Yeah.
stuff wasn't
And hold
happening
everyone over, make
before.
people happy. Yep.
This wasn't happening
Yeah.
before. This was happening right after we called them on their bluff. So it could be still not live.
So do you think, I mean, how do I say this? Do you think that there is a Yeti Easter egg?
I've spent
I feel
a
like they're gonna
lot.
keep something from every map till the end.
So that's what I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
I
that's what I
think,
was about to say.
yeah, I think it won't be released
Yeah.
because it's going to be all be included.
Patience, young grasshopper. Come on. Patience means what? Until when? How patient? Usually when somebody says that in a damn movie, you have a montage and the kid's 27 by the time he knows what patience means.
Well, he
You know
keeps
what I
saying
mean?
look into the words, look into the words. Like, yeah, like in all of his interviews, he was like really pay attention to that phrase. But there's people. I mean, I don't even know how anyone understood how to decode the words in the Pack a Punch, like how people understood that. If there was a meaning behind Patience Young Grasshopper, people would have figured it out by now.
Yeah. I think they're going to
He,
hold something from every DLC. And
yeah,
when all the DLCs are released, they'll slowly release one by one to keep their
yeah,
interest.
yeah,
Based
I
on
agree.
how the game came out, let's start at the trailer. 2 million dislikes.
How
Nobody
many?
wanted to see this shit. Then they give it out for freaking free at COD XP because they wanted everybody that went to Call of Duty for Black Ops 3 to. I went to Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for the early gameplay of DLC 4 for Revelations. Revelations was the hype. They used that to give everybody the game there. There was thousands of people there, so now they got a game they're going to play anyway. They didn't pay for it. Now, game comes out, game doesn't do good. Marketing people are like, hey, let's put it on sale. They put it on sale. The game was $20 on Steam the other day. Before that, it was at GameStop. You can trade in a game, and you can get the game for $1. Just $1. You can trade in any game and get Call of Duty Infinite Warfare for $1. If you wanted the Legacy Edition, it was $21. Just for Modern
Really?
Warfare. Like, the DLC's not even that old yet to be put on sale. I've seen it in Toys R Us with a big package with a shirt and a book bag, and it was like $60. So you get a shirt, that, and the game for like $60, and it came with like a controller too for $60. So you basically bought a controller and got the game for free. Like, they're just trying to push this on everybody. They know the game's not doing good, and they're just going to keep trying to extend the lifespan of it. They don't want it to die mid DLC 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just going to... I guess we just got to deal with it until Treyarch comes back and saves us or leaves us for dead.
I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah,
I
I
think
could
it's
see.
one
I
big
don't see
troll.
Treyarch leaving us for dead. They're not Lee Ross, Treyarch.
We'll see. We will see.
Yep.
I think we covered it all. Hopefully, we've shed some light on what's going on, and I think it's pretty clear. I don't know if we can make it any clearer. But, yeah. It's been fun. I'm going to do these more often. Let's see you make a game, kid. Oh, Lee Ross is in the building. I can't make games. Lee. If that's the real Lee, I can't make games. And I
Who
love
said
you
that?
guys and what you do.
What
I
just happened?
believe it could be the real Lee Ross too, because he knows who we are now. And this is actually titled Lee Ross Lies to the Zombie Community. So we get his attention. So hopefully, Lee, you actually go in, and we told everybody that we don't hold it against you. Maybe legally you couldn't say nothing, but I know the pressure people can be under, and it's pretty obvious what's going on here. And I just want a clear answer if we should waste time with it or not. And like I said before, go watch the entire stream, check it out, keep an open mind, and hopefully it'll shed some light on how some of the community feels. Not everybody feels this way. Not everybody.
If Lee Ross is watching, I just want to say I do love the game, but as a consumer, just be honest.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably not watching, but yeah.
Dex wants to say he loves you, and he'll give you smooches when he sees you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. if I make it to that point, to being able to come out and participate in
What
some
up,
of the
Ninja?
DLCs, that'd be pretty awesome, obviously. And yeah, not pinning this. Obviously, I think that he's the fake Lee Ross, but in case Lee Ross does see this, in case Lee Ross does see this, I apologize for the inconvenience of the way that I tweeted. I know that I should have went about it a little bit better. It's just frustrating considering the 200 plus hours that we put in, all of us as a group.
He knows.
All the thousands of hours everybody has put in hunting for this Easter egg gets people a little bit emotional about it because of the fact that we put so much time and dedication into the game for chasing something that's not there that you've been hinting at that's been there the entire time.
Even if
So
it's a
if you see
fake Lee
this-
Ross, if Lee Ross watches this, we're stating this to you, bruh.
Yeah. If Lee Ross watches this, obviously, guys, I obviously think that's the fake Lee Ross.
We still love you, though.
Yep.
Forget
the
it.
fake Lee's awesome.
You don't need me to say it, and you already know it, but what everything you did say, Dexter, was obviously a representation and feelings that a lot of the community obviously had.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
you
believe
were
I'm speaking for almost the entire community with this.
Yeah,
Whoever's
you were
hunting.
the one. Yeah, you were the one who decided to actually have a pair of balls and actually say something, and that's why you're the one who got all of it for it, all the shit for it, because you actually just said like, stop beating around the bush, just like tell us yes or no, and
Yeah.
people don't like that. You were honest, and they didn't like it.
And 90% of the people who disagreed with Dex are actually involved in the hunt. They saw his tweet, and all they're doing is trying to bash him because that's the popular thing to do and try to get on Lee Ross's side to hopefully get a favorite or a follow. That's
But
really
I bet
how
a lot of
see it.
a lot of people who said it probably haven't even put in the effort and put in the work.
Yeah.
So I think it goes both ways. I bet a lot of people are just getting involved to get involved.
Yeah, it's the trending thing to do. Hey,
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
freaking did this. Let's go bash on him. Let's see
Yeah.
if we could get some likes on a tweet against him. We know how the social media works. Look at PewDiePie. I love you, Felix. Okay.
Like I said, they need publicity. Everyone does, and
Yeah.
anyone who's trying to sell anything does. And what they did was get people talking. That's what they need.
Hey, it worked. We're talking here. I don't do podcasts ever, and I did 2 on you. So feel special. I love you, Lee. That curly hair, I just want to rub it, and I want to take you back to my studio and lay down some high notes. Seriously. Thank you, Lexie, for joining us. Guys, follow them on Twitter. Hit them up. Blah, blah, blah. Dexter.
If I
you wanna
offended
follow
anyone
him.
with my non-knowledge of gaming, with my stupid wording, please don't
It's
send me
okay.
hate.
It's okay.
She's the marketing expert in
I'm
this.
glad we had
I'm
you
not
here
a
because
gamer.
you can understand where, I'm coming from a marketing standpoint too. And they're not understanding that because it's me saying it. But I wanted somebody else to really look at it and say, look, if you know marketing, this would make total sense. This would be a behind the scenes idea, backdoor deal, like, hey, do this, and they'll react like this.
Yeah.
So it's
The
common
problem is
knowledge
it's
to
not
us.
something you just sell and that's it. It's like a community. It's a gaming. It's an ongoing conversation all the time. People are always going to play it. People are always going to talk. So you can't do things like that. That's the main essence of it. So like I said, I think if it was me and I was running the show, I would just be honest from the get-go.
Yeah.
And you resolve so many problems, and you don't have people like Dexter cussing out Lee Ross on Twitter.
Tell me with the truth, damn
you avoid all that if you just say, if it literally one tweet. They didn't even have to put it in the DLC information. Just one tweet,
Yeah.
and it would have shut everyone down.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to say Ghosts and Skulls exists. You don't have to mention an Easter egg. Just say
They could have put it on their Facebook page to try and hide it.
Yeah.
And
All
not
they had-
make
yeah.
it public. They
All
could
they
have
had
did
to say
somewhere.
was some
Just tuck it
content's
somewhere
gonna
in
be.
case you need to pull it out for a rainy day. Say,
Yeah.
"Nope, we told you. It was there."
Yep.
Yeah, put it on your Facebook page. Nobody would have ever seen that.
Question everything, believe nothing. That is the truest statement ever. Don't be a sheep. Don't follow. If you're suspicious of something, question it. Why not?
And ask,
we all
yeah,
deserve
ask
answers.
questions. That's what Dexter did.
Yeah.
Ask a question. That's all you got to do. Ask. And if they don't like your answer, you'll also seen the truth.
Yeah. Dexter was our Moses. He spread the path of lies.
Standing up to
And
the
just went
corporation.
for the truth. No more emojis, Lee Ross, okay? Just type words.
God. Someone needs to remove that emoji from his entire
Right?
phone.
Take the emoji app away from Lee Ross. You're not allowed to
It's
use
just-
that no more.
God, it's that and the zipper one. Just get rid of it.
For
He
real.
doesn't-
For real. I got
Like,
the
we
zipper
get it.
one. I got the zipper
We get it.
one.
Yeah, we get it. We understand that those are your favorite emojis. Like, just
Yeah,
every
bro.
tweet.
Chill. Start using the poop emoji. I'll laugh my ass off. Just when some little kid asks you something, put a little poop emoji and put a smiley face next to it. Like, hi. Shit,
It's just so
hi.
sarcastic. It's like almost offensive at this point.
Yeah,
That
he's
sunglasses-
literally taunting us.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
it is.
like-
It's sarcasm.
Like,
It's-
screw
it's-
you.
That's why when I read the
Basically.
tweets, like I wouldn't even have tweeted at you guys, but the reason I did is because I saw that, and when I read it, it didn't even seem like that. Like that's like a developer. That's like a director. He made that game, and
He's
instead
the
of
face of the
respecting
company,
the facts,
basically.
you're telling him, look, I put like 200 hours into this, and he's like responding with the most generic, sarcastic. Like I just found it rude. Like I love the game, but I didn't think what he said was any better than what you said, and
Yeah.
people were getting at you, and I just didn't think that. I didn't think it was fair.
Tons of people made videos about this. Is what people don't understand. Like Dex is getting a lot of hate.
But just because he's the director and,
so
and
much
he,
hate.
Yeah, they're just trying to kiss Lee Ross's ass. That's it.
yeah,
Is that
literally
number
because
one
he's
thing
the
on COD Reddit now.
It's something like that.
Two wrongs
It
don't
was
make a
number
right.
2.
What happened to that?
I got 99 plus notifications, which 80 plus of them were like
Hate
hate
comments.
on Twitter this morning.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And the problem is, Dexter, you released an apology because of how much hate you're getting. When are they going to release an apology for lying or from
No,
hiding things?
Exactly.
I
They
told
never
Dex to
will.
release an apology just because it was the right thing to do. It's not because of getting the hate. You can hate on Dex all you want because that's your opinion. You either hop on the bandwagon or not. But the kid is truthful. He's not gonna take a fucking lie straight to the face. And he was the only one to speak out on a level where it got answers.
Yeah, if it was me, I wouldn't have released an apology. You're a better person than me.
I told him, just say you're
If I
sorry
was that
because if you're going to
involved-
do YouTube professionally, there's a certain political correctness you got to go about. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
And if,
Yeah, but you
especially with
already-
a developer, you want to have some type of cool relationship. If he's really a dickhead, then fuck him.
Yeah,
He
but he
wasn't-
already called him out. They're not gonna. They won't accept it.
Well,
He was honest. That's the problem.
at least
They don't like
players can now say that he released an apology. He was the bigger man, even though he's getting tons of hate right now.
Yeah,
Still,
the hate isn't even justified. It makes no
Listen,
sense.
hate all you want. Just make sure you sub to the channel and see what comes next. You know what I'm saying?
Just give him the views at least if you're gonna.
Howard Stern was the most hated man on America at one point, and he was the most watched man on America. You feel
Look
me?
at Donald Trump.
Look at Donald. Yeah, exactly. Hate is good. I need haters. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. And right now,
Yeah, maybe
Dex
Donald
is
Trump's too
popping.
extreme of an example. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Maybe Donald Trump's a bit too far out there.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't compare me to Donald Trump.
Yeah, no. Howard Stern. Howard
It's a little bit
Stern's an
far.
okay. Yeah.
Go check out Dex. Go check out Lex. If you guys want to talk to us, we'll be on Twitter. You know my Twitter. It's in the description. Their Twitters are on the screen. Check out Daily Gamer Nick. He is Silent Bob of the broadcast because he didn't say shit. But
yo,
Lexie,
Yeah, I don't
thank
game.
you
Don't send me
so
hate.
much.
That's all I want to say. Just don't
Thank
send me
you
hate.
so
That's all I
much
want to
for
say.
coming.
Go to Dexter and send him hate. Leave me alone.
Yeah, go for it, guys. I embrace it. I embrace it.
Well, we'll see if we could do another podcast, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. This seems to be developing by the day, but I'm gonna end this for now. Chill. We're gonna go hang out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to check out Dex. Either hate on him, love him, freaking blow him a kiss, send him an emoji.
Yeah, he started all this, so yeah.
Blame Dex. We used to blame Rob, but
No,
now
not even
everybody might be
blame.
blaming Dex.
Give him the credit. Go follow him. He started the
Go
conversation.
follow him. Who's he gonna piss off next? Who we getting answers from? Dex's Twitter be popping, so we're gonna have to find out.
It's so ironic that in the game is Dexter, who is literally trapped by Willard Wyler.
Yes.
Dexter is literally trapped by Lee Ross right now.
Yeah, basically.
You're in Lee Ross hell, hater hell.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for coming in. I will be in touch. I'm going to leave this right here, and I'm going to do my little outro, say goodbye to everybody, and we're going to end this stream. But thank you. I'll be back in the Discord in like 1 minute. Okay?
All right.
Smoochie.
Peace out, chat.
All right. So we Gucci. I think we covered it all. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in. You already know. It's your favorite ninja. If you guys have any comments, I really want you guys to share your thoughts on this whole situation. Good, bad, call me an asshole, fucking just question things. If it, don't believe us, question it. You want to talk about it, I'm going to talk to a game developer later, and maybe we'll have it. He doesn't want to talk publicly, but he's open to a discussion, and we'll see what he has to say, and hopefully he's able to convince me otherwise. And I'm going to keep an open mind on all this, but really give me your comments, your thoughts, and your suggestions down below. If you agree with us, if you enjoyed the podcast, leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike. Just click something. Let me know how you feel. And you already know I love you guys to death. Thank you, all the ninjas, for all the support. We are now at 35.6K on the road to 34.7K, and it's your favorite ninja. And if I'm not your favorite ninja, I'm your favorite neighborhood unicorn and your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. I will see you guys on the next stream. Peace.